everyone, and welcome to another Shutter School review. I'm your host, Dustin Thompson, and I am very excited to announce that this is the first episode being recorded with my brand new Sony a7 II. Thank you. Alright, that's enough. Thank you. But as excited as I am, I must say that it is not the star of today's show, because today I will be reviewing the Sony VG-C99AM, otherwise known as the Sony a99 vertical battery grip. I'm going to go over a few features that I really love about this piece of gear. So, let's get started. One of the things that I love most about this grip is the amount of storage. Because of the way it is designed, I can have one battery in the camera and two batteries in the grip. And that is a ton of power. 3 NP-FM 500H batteries is enough to get me through most weddings and events, but I always bring some extras just in case. Another part of the design that I love is the quick installation that this grip is capable of. Other manufacturers have grips with these large battery terminals that protrude out the front. Now, not only does this take the place of a battery, but it can require you to remove the battery door from the bottom of your camera. Now, when I'm showing up for an event, I don't have time to be performing surgery on my camera, so I'm glad that Sony went with the design that they did. To install, you simply open the little rubber cover on the bottom of the camera, you line it up with the hole in the grip, you line up the indexing pins, and you screw it on. And you're ready to go in less than 30 seconds. I don't really consider the weight to be an issue. At only 17.1 ounces with the two batteries inside, I think the advantage of having so much more battery power really overshadows any downside brought on by the additional weight. Once the vertical grip is installed, it feels like one solid piece. I've never noticed any wobbling or twisting. The hand grip on the A99 body is really aggressive at 1 1/8 inches deep, while the hand grip on the vertical grip is only 7/8 of an inch. But both have a really nice overmolding, and I feel totally safe holding it either way. The vertical grip also feels really nice and balanced in your hand, especially when using a large lens like the 7200. I really like how the amount of power of all three batteries is displayed when looking through the viewfinder or on the LCD screen. The camera will switch seamlessly through the batteries without powering down or needing to flip a switch. The camera will use the batteries in the vertical grip first, so that the batteries stored in your camera will be used as a last case scenario, since it would be the hardest to change out. Now, I have a lot of wrist issues from years of dirt bike riding and rock climbing, so shooting in a portrait orientation can get really uncomfortable for me after a while. Luckily with this grip, it lets me move my hand to a much more traditional shooting position. There is a tripod mount built into the bottom of the vertical grip, but it does make your camera pretty tall. I would definitely opt for a tripod mounting collar if it is available on the lens that you're going to be using. Not only is it useful, but it is rugged. All buttons, dials, and the connection terminal have been sealed for moisture and dust protection. Both the aperture and shutter speed dials are really nice and crisp. I must say, I think they even spin nicer than the dials on the camera, which seem a little sticky at times. The buttons in the back and joystick also have a more defined feel that I really like. I'm glad that they made the layout of the buttons on the grip pretty much the same as on the camera body. The only ones missing are the play, delete, and display buttons. But they are pretty easy to reach, so it really isn't that big of a deal. When I first bought the grip, I was kind of wondering why they didn't put these four buttons near the other shutter release. This is your drive mode, white balance, exposure compensation, and ISO. But then I got to thinking about it, and I realized that it would probably look pretty cheesy if the buttons were there, and you'd probably be bumping them all the time. And besides, all of these options can be found just a couple of clicks inside your function menu, so I'm just trying to be picky about something that I obviously love. If nothing else, you should get this grip because of the street cred. I mean, look at this thing, it's beautiful. We all know how impressed prospective clients are when they see monster-sized cameras too. So to recap, if you're going to be shooting in the portrait orientation a lot, or if you need some serious battery power, I would definitely recommend this grip. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of the Shutter School. Be sure you subscribe, I have a lot of really cool ideas coming up. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments below or on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Dustin Thompson Photography. Well, until next time, I'm Dustin Thompson, and I'll talk to you soon.